This video is going to show you how to access the Schoology AMP science questions that have already been loaded into our district folders. So I'm going to show you where they're located and how to add them into an assessment that you want to create. So first, just from the Schoology homepage, we're going to log in like usual. And then you're going to click over, instead of courses or groups, we're going to click over to resources to access Schoology AMP. We're going to go all the way down to the bottom and click on assessment. And then you can see that there's some different folders. So if you wanted to just kind of practice, play around, kind of mess around with the assessment tools, you can come over to the assessment playground folder and just try to make a folder for yourself so that we can kind of keep it organized. But then for right now, to access the already created questions, we're going to go over to elementary and we're going to follow all the steps to for your own preferences. So I'm going to go to 4th grade. Notice how you click on your grade first and then your school, because everything is together for each grade. So you're able to access other schools' folders as well. So I'm going to go to Town Center, Science, pick the unit that I'm working on, and then I'm going to see an already created space for a bank of questions, except this bank is empty right now. That's because these are going to be for my questions as I create them, and I haven't created any yet. Instead, I want to use the questions that are already loaded in. So I'm going to actually act like I'm going to go ahead and create a new assessment. I'm going to add a managed assessment. And again, it looks blank. It looks like there's nothing there. I have to actually assign a question bank to this assessment so I can pull those questions out. So I'm going to click on From Question Bank and click on Associate Question Banks. And then I'm going to again find my grade. Okay, so here is a really important step. So you would be tempted to go down to your school or my school town center, but right now the questions, the science questions that have been loaded in by Dr. Cook are not in the specific school folders, they're in the district folder. Once I or you or whoever creates their own assessment questions, they'll be in their specific school folder. But right now, if I want to create a question based on the ones that have been loaded in by Dr. Cook, I'm going to click on district and then click on my subject, and then my specific unit. Now I've associated a bank with this test, and still it looks like there's nothing there. So again, if I click on it again, now I can see my question bank is there. So I can either choose to individually choose the questions I want, or it will just randomly jumble up the questions, but I want to pick my specific questions, and now I can see that the loaded questions from the district are loaded in right here on my assessment. I can choose the one I want, browse through them. Maybe I want this one and this one, and then confirm, and my questions show up there. So these are the steps that I would complete, and obviously I'd want to title it. I can add my own as well if I need to. But that's basically how you just access the questions that are there already created from the district. Now keep in mind that as we keep using Schoology AMP, we're hopefully going to be able to grow our own bank of questions as teachers so that we can have, just more choices and better quality questions and all sorts of different options as we continue to build this bank up. But basically those are your steps.